Hey everybody, this is Eddie J on crypto. Have a couple of things to talk about. We've got Ray Dalio's Bridgewater Associates. This is actually big news because Ray Dalio is not a cryptocurrency fan, but Bridgewater Associates is going to invest in an external fund that's dedicated to crypto. We'll dig into that. In a major reversal, the NFL has decided to allow teams to cut some crypto deals, but with some caveats. This is actually kind of funny to me. Florida is actually going to work on trying to develop a plan to allow people or to allow tax payments via crypto. Yeah, that's just a press release because nothing's been done yet. So we'll see how that plays out. It's going to be interesting. Japan's crypto exchanges, 31 of them, they have an association, are going to expedite or create a smoother path for them to onboard new cryptos. That's actually kind of a big deal because they're looking to grow the adoption of cryptocurrencies in Japan. And last but not least, because this is very interesting to me because I'm interested in the area and the geography, St. Maarten is going to, it looks like they're going to legalize cryptocurrency. But it's not the cryptocurrency that you think. So we'll dig in. So let's get started with Ray Dalio. It's kind of well known that he's not a crypto fan, or at least not a big crypto fan in any shape of the term. But Bridgewater Associates, his Bridgewater Associates, the world's largest hedge fund, is going to make an investment in an external fund that is dedicated to cryptocurrencies. Everybody is finding that interesting because Ray Dalio is such not a fan of cryptocurrencies. But it also signals that he doesn't want Bridgewater to miss out on something that could be a good deal. And that says to me that, hey, the man might have his, apprehensions about things, but he's listening to his team. He's taking that advice, and they're going to make that happen. So it's going to be interesting to see, how that pans out for Bridgewater. There are still no plans for Bridgewater Associates to invest directly into crypto. So that's something. The NFL, major reversal here. Gee, I wonder why. You figured last year, FTX, was it FTX? It was FTX that cut a major deal with the Major League Baseball Association, or with Major League Baseball. Then you had crypto.com flip the name to crypto.com Arena from Staples Center, right? That was a big deal. So now what the NFL is doing is they're saying, listen, you can cut deals to their teams. You can cut deals with cryptocurrency companies. However, you cannot cut a deal with a cryptocurrency company. With a coin or a token, nor can you directly promote cryptocurrency. Who does that leave open? Yeah, the teams that have big money, companies like FTX, Binance, well, maybe not Binance because they actually do have a coin, but Coinbase, and definitely crypto.com. And in another move, crypto.com also snagged a deal with the 2022 Qatar FIFA World Cup. How huge is that? That's huge. So when I look at the NFL, it's, well, what are you going to do going forward? Oh, yeah, there's one more caveat to that. The deals can be no longer than 3 years. Yeah, so you're not going to hear about a 20-year deal, like the one with crypto.com and crypto.com Arena. It's not going to happen, at least not yet. So it's going to be interesting to see how that all plays out, because I think the NFL sat back and said, wow, these companies have big money. When crypto.com made that marketing deal to rename the arena, they spent $770 million to do so, that they have to pay over the 20-year contract. They made that money back in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. As soon as they announced it, bam, there was the money. You're talking about that kind of money. That kind of money. So it's actually a big deal. Smart business move. But NFL, let's see what happens thereafter. So obviously they're not putting their whole weight behind crypto. They're just saying, well, you can deal with, blockchain companies, but not coins, not anything else. So I'm just wondering what other kinds of companies fall under that rule, or is it just, those exchanges? So we'll see. Very interesting. Very lucrative, I would think. So I'm waiting to see the numbers that pop out. Governor DeSantis of Florida has announced that Florida is going to work on developing a plan to allow the payment of taxes via crypto, being that there is nothing going on in Florida. Nothing. No plans have been made to date. I don't know what kind of research has been done. It's the first we're hearing about it. And I just look at it as one of those things that I mentioned yesterday. Sometimes you have news that, partial news that drops today. Hey, we're going to do something. And so they get the news pop that they're going to do something. And if it doesn't materialize, they don't have to talk about it anymore. But if it does materialize, then they can take advantage of that positive press, right? I think this is one of them, because they also announced that they're going to require children in Florida to learn, learn about finances. It's going to be interesting how they pull that off. Like, who's going to be teaching that? Are you going to get a bunch of teachers, a bunch of books? Are you going to call in professionals, to teach the teachers? Exactly what is that going to entail? Frankly, I think it's not a bad thing if all kids would learn about finances. I mean beyond the traditional home economics, right? Teach you how to sew, don socks. Nah. I'm talking about finances. Learn how to balance a checkbook, learn how to read things, learn how to secure your data. I think those are things that kids should be learning. And I think you can start that off in grade school. My niece, I think, is 8. I always forget her age. But she's 8 years old and is already, making decisions on stocks. It's not that she's a rocket scientist. It's just something that my brother has done. He's taught her, hey, this is how you look at things. And the same thing I'm doing with my kids. Hey, this is how you look at things. Before we make a move, I want you to do some research on whatever it is you want and have a conversation with me about what it is you're trying to do. And then we'll come to a conclusion. But he's teaching his child how to think. And I think that's what we should do as a society, is teach our children how to think. And I think that we could stand to do a better job across the nation. It's just my own 2 cents. Anyway, Japan has a group called the Japan Virtual and Crypto Assets Exchange Association. Oh, there are 31 exchanges that are members of this association, and they've decided that they're going to streamline the process to onboard new cryptocurrencies. Why? Because last year, at the end of 2021, they had 40 cryptocurrencies that could be traded in Japan, compared to 139. Is it 139 or 239? Let me just look that up for you real quick. Yeah, 139 by Coinbase in the United States. That's a big difference. There's also a huge difference in the amount of money. They had about $10 billion held by, people in their country, versus 200 and something billion held by Coinbase customers alone. So 31 exchanges compared to Coinbase. Something to ponder. I think it's a good move, so you can figure out, what cryptocurrencies should we be playing with, all that good stuff. They're even going to release a list of, I think, 18 green currencies, quote unquote green currencies, sometime this month, hopefully in the next couple of days, something like that. We'll see what that's going to look like. But that's positive traction. That's very positive traction. So when you look at some of these cryptocurrencies that aren't being traded there, as soon as they get entered into the market, guess what? There's going to be demand, probably pent up demand. So it's going to be interesting to see what that green list is, right? So an announcement today, green list in a little bit, and then see the pop that happens with that green list. Because you're not talking about, 1 or 2 exchanges. You're talking about a country moving, in unison to onboard more cryptocurrencies. I think that's a very big deal. Last but not least, because it's near and dear to me, because I'm interested in the areas, St. Maarten is a very sketchy move. So St. Maarten is looking to legalize cryptocurrencies. Do you pick any of the top layer ones? Top 10 layer ones. Just pick one of those. No, that's not what you do. You go with Bitcoin Cash. Remember, a few years ago, there was a hard fork, meaning, members of the project decided, well, you go off and do your thing, rebels, go. That was Bitcoin Cash. You go do what you're going to do, and we're going to continue doing what we're doing. Bitcoin, the number one layer one. That's why everybody else is an altcoin, including Bitcoin Cash. It's an altcoin, and Bitcoin is the coin. Out of all the coins that you could have chosen, pick one. Ethereum, Terra, Solana, Avalanche. You could have even gone with, somebody like a Polygon, Cardano. Pick one. You choose to go with Bitcoin Cash? Alrighty then. Good luck with that. The reason why I'm interested in it is because I have friends that live in Curacao, and St. Maarten and Curacao are both autonomously run members of the Netherlands. And Curacao and St. Maarten, share ideas and do a lot of things together. I hope Curacao wakes up and goes, no, we're not going to do that. We're not doing that. Bitcoin Cash, I'm stuck. I'm at a loss for words. That's why I said it's pretty suspect. It's a pretty suspect move. So I'm just curious to know why. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see, because it's going to come out sooner or later. So it's going to be interesting to see what the reason is for that. Anyway, let's get to the numbers, because today was interesting. It was very, very interesting. Great. I was on the wrong screen this whole time. You've been staring at this. That sucks. Sorry about that. I'll put my picture up this time. Sorry. At least you didn't have to hear my voice, and you were able to actually look at the numbers. So it wasn't that bad, right? It's not that horrible. But looking at the numbers, obviously nothing's doing all that bad. Never heard of this coin, so don't care. Is there anybody else on this list that, Arweave? I know somebody that's involved with the project. I'm not impressed. Avalanche took a dive for 2 points. Really? Like I said, I have a 5% rule. That's not a loss, because look at this. You have to go to get to beyond 5%. There are only 2. Everybody else is below 5%. So those aren't moves to me, right? Those are not moves to me. And by the way, Avalanche, small step back after days and days of huge steps forward. Think about that. Let's see who the winners are over here. Those are a lot of winners, right? Just looking at the winners, Cardano, 9.5%. That's a big move. Been talking about them for a while. Keep paying attention to Cardano, really. Helium, another one. Pay attention to that coin. They're doing stuff. They're doing mining, but based on antennas. So them and Cadena do the same thing, except Cadena is not doing it via antenna. Helium is. So it's interesting. ApeCoin, wow, up 22.49% in the past 24 hours. Wow. I'm not one to jump in right now, because I'm waiting to see what's going to happen after. What's going to happen after? And that's going to be the big deal to me. So it'll be interesting to find out how that works out. But there's a lot of stuff going on there, and I'm interested to see how that goes. But it's been, all in all, a pretty good day for cryptocurrencies. You have the overall total value locked at 215 billion. That's a positive change for 3.18%. That's pretty good. Just refreshing the screen here for the fear and greed index. We're still in the fear territory, 31, not bad. Not great, but not bad. Still looking forward to move a little higher. I really don't think it's going to move any higher until everything settles down with the Russian war. And yes, I'm still going to call it the Russian stupid war. Looking at where Bitcoin is right now, again, just staying with it, just staying within a zone, just staying within that space. And I think that's a big deal. Looking at the big overall picture of crypto, I mean, it's been a green day, so I'm expecting everything to be green. It has been green. You know, it's taking too long for that. There you go. Everything is green. I'm not a fan of Polkadot, but it did move today. I mean, that's a 7%. That's a 7% change. Change. So if you're interested in something like that, that was a change. Nothing I would buy into. VeChain moved. That was a big deal. That's pretty good. Look, do you see this at Cardano? I keep telling you, Cardano is going to bust through $1 in a big way. They've got a lot of things going on. Things are looking on the upside for them, and it's going to happen. I mean, heck, I haven't been watching all day. They could have hit $1 and come back down. I'm not sure. We'll see in a second. So I was just looking at Avalanche to see what Avalanche is doing. You see that? I mean, just a little bit of a pullback right there, but you know, they're doing really, really well. Let's just move that to a 24-hour chart. Still, Avalanche is doing very, very well. Let's go back to all the coins. And when you look at all the coins, you're still seeing massive positive moves. Like I said, 8.22% and more for Cardano, 2.34. Not really a move for Solana, but still good. Solana is not that far away from Cardano in terms of market cap. I think that Cardano is just going to keep pulling away, though. Now look at how good that is compared to even Luna, which is at 33 billion in terms of market cap. I want to see, did they pop over? Was that it? Nope. 99.7 cents. Wow, that's close. And this is you know, via live coin watch. Excuse me, I haven't looked at coin or anything else. Let's see what CoinGecko says. Just for giggles, I'm dying to find out what that number could have been. So bear with me for a moment. There you go. Helps if I click the button. Did they hit? Nope. 99.7 is still the highest. Let's go to Coin Market Cap. Just as another check to see, like, you know, did we miss something? Did I miss a pop over that line? I mean, just look how close it is. It's so close you can almost taste it. Okay, 99.83. So they're all pretty much in the same range, but it's at 99. It's right there. It's right there. So that's going to be nuts. I think that's going to be incredibly nuts when you see that pull over. So when you look at everything that's going on in the crypto space, like I said, there's news that's going to affect things right now. So an example of something that's going to affect the crypto space right now is, you know, the 31 exchanges in Japan saying that, hey, we're going to release a list of 18 coins we're going to put on the list. We're going to start trading on those. That's a big deal for whichever 18 coins those are going to be. It also said that we're smoothing out the process to continue doing that. So as you see those things go on, that's when you're going to start paying attention to, wow, they're introducing more coins, pent up demand, pent up interest, boom. And I think that's going to create positive inflow for the cryptocurrency market on a global scale. Things like Ray Dalio buying into, you know, Bridgewater Associates buying into an external fund dedicated to crypto, that's not a now thing. Meaning the effect is not a now thing. It's newsworthy, don't get me wrong, but it's not a now thing. It's going to be an effective thing down the road when you see what else is going on with it. Anyway, this is Eddie J on Crypto. Do me a favor, show me that I'm doing a good job. Just hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so that you know when I'm dropping another video. Have a great night. Thank you.